Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 Manager 2022 with the Aston Martin save, where we are desperately trying to get Aston Martin to a World Constructors' Championship. And if we can get one of our drivers to the World Drivers' Championship as well, that would be lovely. Today we have the French Grand Prix and not too much to discuss before we get into the race. We have a new rear wing going on the car, which I think we might have touched on in the previous episode. We're still really lacking in acceleration. That is where we need to get our car to improve. However, it is in a good spot. The car is in a very good spot and it's all going pretty well. If we look at what we've got going on at the moment in terms of projects, we've got an underfloor being manufactured. Ooh, hang on. Does that mean we have a new underfloor on the car as well? Potentially we do as well. Underfloor 3 is currently being researched, which is good. Side pods are being researched. We've got chassis research, rear wing research. I should say they're being designed, not researched. And suspension is being manufactured as we speak. So looking at the cars, you will see that we have suspension number 2 on both cars, which is lovely. And we have underfloor number 2 on both cars, which is lovely. So we are in a very good spot to crack on with this save and get into the French Grand Prix. So I will go and do... Oh, hang on. No, we've got loads of money. We have loads of money. 30 million we've got in terms of money. So what I said is that I wanted to do the factory and upgrade it. 28 million pounds. Bosh, thank you very much. Yes, we will spend all of that and that will leave us with 2.8 million pounds. What can we do with 2.8 million? We cannot even refurb that. We could refurbish the car part test center, but I'm sort of thinking we'll save up and just upgrade them again rather than keep them going. Operations, the weather center, can't really upgrade that at the moment. Hospitality, we could spend all of our money upgrading hospitality, which would give us a bit more money every month. No, team attractiveness, facilities, and bonuses. No, that doesn't sound very good, does it? Helipads, full center. Weather center, can't do that. Helipads, all good. Memorabilia, we could do that. Team attractiveness and morale goes up, which will be pretty helpful. The tour center will give us more weekly income. Can we do... That's just over... That's like 600,000. That's 1.8. Yeah, we can do both of those. Let's upgrade that. And we'll upgrade the tour centre, and that is pretty much all of our money gone. So hopefully we don't have to emergency manufacture everything as we get to the race. Right, performance targets, reach Q2. Yes, we will do that. We will also get 2 drivers into the top 8. Yeah, why not? We'll reach Q3, and we will get both drivers into Q3. Excellent. We will get the fastest lap, hopefully, and we'll have a finished position of both drivers in... Oh, let's go... Should we go top 5? No, that's a risk. We're not that quick. Top 8. 2 drivers in the top 8. So hopefully Fernando Alonso doesn't mess this one up. And we'll have a finished position streak of 2 drivers in the top 10 for 3 races in a row. That is what we're going for. In terms of qualifying position streak, we only need one. We need 1 driver to get into Q3. And we get £1.365 million, which would be absolutely lovely because we've just spunked all of our money on our facilities. Right, I will go and do practice. We'll be back for race day. No, qualifying. Practice done, and we are back for qualifying. And it should be okay. We've got an untested setup here for Alonso because I think we can nudge it into above 93, so I've gone for a little, we're going to basically run it in qualifying and see how he gets on, which is a little bit of a risk. I am aware of that this is a little bit of a risk, but we're going to give it a go. Anyway, Bottas is the driver on form at the moment, so if Bottas can keep it going, all will be good. And Bottas, 94% confidence, doing all right with him, all going pretty well. Let's put engine 6 in the car. We will get his ERS changed as well, although that's 58%, 56. He's going to need a new ERS pretty soon. And gearbox, we'll put the 74. Yeah, let's put the 74% one in there. That's all good. Right, we're going to go into qualifying. Let's see how the Aston Martin drivers do. Righty-ho. Let's get Alonso and Bottas out there. See if we can set a good time just to start. See if the slipstream helps. Bottas is sitting behind Alonso, so we'll be able to see pretty soon because they're going to start their fast lap into a little bit of traffic, especially on the corners is annoying, but just to see if Bottas sets a faster time, which he does by 0.2 seconds. So it does look like the slipstream is pretty useful around here. Leclerc goes in second. So let's put these used tyres back on again like we always do, and we'll be back for the second run. Okay, people just starting to leave the pit lane then around for their last run. So we're going to see if we can time this to be pretty good. I mean, 1 minute 30 is the lap, so I'd say around, what, 2 minutes 10 should give us enough. But everybody's going out now. We're going to try and give Alonso the thing. I think this should put us at the back. So we're going to go there and see if we can get our drivers out in time. So who's going to be exiting first? Right, we've got them both out. Alonso is right behind Valtteri Bottas, who currently is sitting in P1. As we do get across the line to set another lap, there is a yellow flag in Sector 1, which is going to affect everybody's time. But right, Bottas was second. Leclerc got the fastest time, 1:29.8, and Alonso got fourth. So if we were affected by that yellow flag, that's all right, because we still set some very good times. Into Q2 then. Again, I think we're going to set our first times on those used tyres, to be honest, because why not? It's worked well for us before, hasn't it? So let's stick with that. We'll go Bottas and Alonso out together again, try and go early, see what we can do on these used tyres, as Alonso this time is going to be getting the slipstream from Valtteri. So they're going to start their fast laps. We should be okay here. We shouldn't really catch Magnussen unless it's on the straight. And there we go. Alonso this time sets the fastest, so 1:30. Perez nearly a whole second off us for pace, which is, well, quite frankly, lovely to see. I think that's fast enough to get us through, but let's go and see how fast we can go. That is always a little fun game, isn't it? How fast can we go? Again, everybody just starting to leave the pits. They're going a little bit early. I think that's far too early, to be honest. But Alonso's dropped down to P3. Leclerc and Verstappen put in faster times than him. Bottas in 5th, so 3rd and 5th at the moment is very nice to see, to be honest. And I feel like we're going to have to go so that we don't get caught in this traffic when they're coming back round. So I think we'll go now, and let's get on with this and see how we get on. So Alonso should be getting some very wonderful slipstream from his teammate in Q2 here, and we are on the fresh set of soft tyres as well, so I'm expecting some quick times. As yes, Alonso P1, Bottas P2. Oh my word, this could be very, very good. This could be very good. If we can match that in Q3, I will be a very happy chappy. So let's get the used ones on again for our first lap in this race. 100% confidence. I thought it would be spot on. Lovely. I'm very happy that we got that right. Right, start qualifying, manage qualifying 3, yes. And we're literally, again, going to go straight out. And we did get a bit of slipstream, which will help a lot on these used soft tyres, because I'm going to assume the AI normally goes out on fresh. Yes, it has. So this will be, if we manage to set a really good time on these used soft tyres, it's going to be very good. Alonso is still P1. Leclerc just goes quicker than him. But Alonso's in P2 on a used set of soft tyres. This is absolutely incredible stuff from the Aston Martin drivers here. The whole team at the factory is having a great time. Like, the people that help manufacture and make the car, this is all for you as well. I sound like Lewis Hamilton, but we are in a very good spot right now. I mean, it could be a P1 and a P2. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but it could be very, very good for Q3 here in France. It's clearly a track that sort of suits us, as Hauger's got into the top 10. Well done to him, actually. That's very impressive for him as Verstappen goes out. Okay, right. Bottas and Alonso, off you go. Go and do your thing. And is Alonso just too far behind to get that slipstream? We may have just got that slightly off. But, right. What we've done in previous episodes is miss the quick lap, right? We've missed it. So here we go. On board with Fernando Alonso. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, he's nowhere near enough close for the slipstream. But hopefully it means there's a big enough gap that he's not getting the dirty air either. So we're looking for purple sectors here. We'll keep an eye on Valtteri as well. And just say Valtteri goes green, so that's not too bad. That's better than his PB. A yellow sector 1 for Alonso. So let's jump on board with Valtteri Bottas, who maybe it is the dirty air getting a little bit in his way, because on fresh soft tyres you would expect Alonso and Valtteri to be much quicker than their first lap. But at the moment it does seem like Alonso's getting a little bit of trouble from the dirty air. Bottas, that's 2 green sectors. It's not quicker than Leclerc so far, but he is doing a bloody good job improving on his time. And Perez has finished his lap. Leclerc doesn't improve, Perez doesn't improve, so it could be a missed opportunity with the slipstream to get us into P1. We need to be on 1 speed and press go, basically. As Valtteri Bottas is going to come around the last few corners. Can he improve? At the moment, Alonso's still staying in P2. I mean, Alonso did set a bloody good time. Now, it might be why he's not improving. But as Valtteri Bottas comes across the line, he is going to go P1. Valtteri Bottas gets P1 out of absolutely nowhere. Oh my word, it's a 1 and 3 start for Aston Martin. And we were on board with Alonso. Well, we were watching Bottas, sorry, in the action cam, let's call it. But a 1:30.06 is fast enough to put Bottas on pole position. Wow. He matched his time in Q2. And yeah, well, Charles Leclerc set his fastest time in Q1. Maybe he had some slipstream there. Yeah, look at that. Alonso's slipstream time would have been quickest in Q3. So yeah, wow. Valtteri Bottas on pole. Who would have thought? So then on to my favourite bit, strategy. They are saying medium hard, hard to medium, or hard to soft. So if we select that one, that's the same time. That's 9 seconds slower. So these are roughly the same at the moment. So it does look like it's going to be a 1-stopper. It is quicker to go a few extra laps, apparently. Yes, it is on the mediums. So I think we do that. Let's have a quick little look. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go add new stint. Let's go. So let's move this out till they're in play, and let's put this out and see can a 2-stop be any quicker. If you go onto the softs and say we'll do that, no, it's definitely saying that a 1-stopper is the way to go. I don't think ending on the mediums is going to make it any quicker, and ending on the softs doesn't make it any quicker either. No, right, so strategy A is the quickest, and we know that if we bump it out that way, update strategy A, that is now slower there. So let's go, well, let's have a little look actually. Let's see if we can get this. So that's slower. No, definitely that one is not quicker, so we'll delete that. And then B, can B work to be any quicker? I don't think you're going to make up 9 seconds or so. So yeah, okay, so let's go on to the mediums, which is the same strategy that we just saw. So mediums to hards. So pitting on lap 25 exactly is a little bit quicker. So let's just see again if we can make something work here. That's the same. That's slightly slower. That's slightly slower. That is our strategy for Fernando Alonso right there. A little bit of leeway on the hards at the end, a little bit of medium leeway as well, which will be good. And it should be the same for Valtteri. So now it's just a matter of, do we want to pit Valtteri earlier or later? Surely Valtteri then gets the earlier pit stop because he's leading. I think that is probably the best way to do it. So A, we know that that's slower. And we know that that is slower. Right, let's go and have a look here then. So that is lap 23, 24, 25, 26. So yeah, let's go 1 lap earlier for Valtteri. And we're done. We're getting much quicker at doing these setups. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Right, I don't think there's going to be a safety car, and just off the line this is what we're going to go for. Push, push, push. And I don't think there'll be a safety car, so let's put an extra lap of fuel in the car for allow us to push a little bit. We could put, and that's an extra 2 kilos, so yeah, we'll go for an extra 2 kilos. Right, here we go into the French Grand Prix. Right, the French Grand Prix, Valtteri Bottas on pole, Alonso in third, and we are away And let's drive on board with Fernando Alonso, who got a fantastic start. If we can get out into a 1-2 here, this could be absolutely wonderful, as Alonso is technically in front of Leclerc. Can he make it stick? Let's get into the TV camera and see this absolute speed happen off the start line, as Alonso is battling his teammate as well. And it is a 1-2 for Aston Martin off the start. That is absolutely superb from both drivers. We'll actually drop their tyres down a little bit now as well. But we should be able to help each other pull away ever so slightly, especially if we can get that slipstream. But what a start from Fernando Alonso, as they're having a little battle coming down the speedy straight in the Paul Ricard circuit, which is where the DRS zone normally is. I mean, really don't want an incident on lap 1, guys. I know you're fighting, but I mean, Alonso's ahead in the drivers, but Valtteri got pole, so don't fight your teammate. I think Alonso has the pace, but for now, let's just get you settling in. Don't cause any accidents. You're still fighting him. I've told you not to. You're still fighting him. Please don't. Is it because I've selected it as they're on a... There we go. Right, they should settle into a nice formation now, because the more we battle, the more it's going to allow Leclerc in on the race. The only other thing we'll do is, if it looks like Fernando Alonso has more speed than Valtteri Bottas, we will allow him to pass. But at the moment, what a start from Aston Martin that is. Absolutely superb, as we can see there, Alonso sitting behind his teammate. It's a 1-2 on the first lap for Aston Martin. Superb getaway. An absolutely superb getaway from Fernando Alonso. It was wonderful to see. And yeah, this is an amazing start to this race for Aston Martin. Okay, right, DRS enabled. So what we're going to do is just let them basically overtake each other on the DRS straights and hopefully get a bit of a DRS train going, because we have over a second gap to Charles Leclerc, which is absolutely lovely. So as we come around these sort of sections here, around the technical section is what I'd call it, we'll say we're going to take off don't fight teammate, and we're going to let Alonso hopefully go out in front in the DRS zone, because that will then allow us to extend our lead and maybe do some battery charging for both drivers. So what we should see here is, well, if Alonso doesn't do the move, he will then at least be right on the arse of Valtteri Bottas, and he's going to have a little look. I'm not sure. Oh, he's going for it. The thing is that we want it to be done nice and simply. So I think Alonso is through, and yeah, he is, which is good. So let's get on board with Valtteri Bottas. No, Bottas is still fighting away. I mean, let's save a little bit of tyres for Valtteri, because he can. And now he's tucked in behind. That is okay. Right, Valtteri, let's harvest you up and make sure that Alonso just doesn't get away from you. And then we charge the battery and enjoy a little bit of DRS training to hopefully extend our lead on Charles Leclerc. This could be an amazing race, by the way. If it all goes smoothly, we're in a fantastic position to capitalise here. We really are. Oh, lap 15. I've just joined to watch Bottas run wide. He's managed to correct it pretty quickly. But, yeah, Leclerc has got caught back up to us. There's a 9.5 second gap to Ricciardo in fourth. And, yeah, Valtteri Bottas has sort of just messed that up. But we're going to have to push him a little bit to try and get him back to, or make sure he stays within that second, which he looks like he is. He is. So he is going to have the DRS to try and pull him along. But the difficulty here is that Alonso is probably just about to lose out to Leclerc. So, yeah, we need to make this work for us generally. Alonso needs to stay in the DRS of Leclerc and potentially get him on the next lap. And Bottas looks like he is well within DRS as well. So I think what we're going to do is actually get us to harvest up around here, because we're going to be within DRS. Get some of our battery juice back. And then keep going. I thought Bottas was going to have a little run wide in him at some point in this race. But I don't mind sitting behind Leclerc, because then, you know, I trust our pit stops and our strategies. But Alonso is going to have DRS. Leclerc's going to go very defensive, which I don't mind. But, yeah, it's going to bring us right up behind him. And Bottas should as well, especially while we're harvesting our battery. I really don't mind sitting behind Leclerc, sort of in that section. And then we'll just go to neutral to make sure that we don't lose him. But yeah, we're in. I don't mind being second and third. I know we were first and second, but I've got a feeling Leclerc isn't going to be able to get away from us at all, to be honest. So I'm more than happy in this situation. But yeah, look at this. Even on the radar, look at the queue of cars behind us. We're so far out in front. And to be credit to Leclerc, he did very well to stay with us. So I think the Ferrari is very, very quick here. But we're in a good position. Bottas in the DRS of Alonso, Alonso in the DRS of Leclerc. It's just about timing it right to decide when we want to actually go and make our move. And we're pitting on lap 25, so 9 laps to go on these tyres. We are in a good position. I think if we get past with our batteries sort of fully charged, we will go for a couple of quick laps and try and leave Leclerc for dead, especially if we can get Alonso in front, like he could do in the next DRS zone, I think. So I think we are going to go aggressive, we'll push, and we're going to deploy on the next DRS zone with Alonso, and we'll do it with Valtteri as well, just to try and get him to make sure he's going to be right behind Leclerc when he gets the opportunity to overtake. So Alonso should get this done pretty easily coming round into this DRS zone, because Leclerc should be a bit of a sitting duck, to be honest. So Leclerc tries to defend. I mean, he's defending him pretty well. I'm surprised Alonso doesn't have the pace. But what this is going to do is basically going to make it so that Bottas has just caught everyone up as well. So we'll get him on the next lap then with Fernando Alonso. That is what we'll do. We could harvest up round here and just make sure we've got the battery, but not much point. There goes Valtteri Bottas down the inside of Fernando Alonso. Good driving from the Finn. Hopefully these boys don't take each other out of the race. That would be lovely. But yeah, we're in a fantastic position now to attack Charles Leclerc down the next start-finish straight, which we will do with Sir Valtteri of Bottas, as he's having a little look at Leclerc. So, which is the last corner? It does a little S, doesn't it? And then you come into the last corner. I mean, we could, again, should we just sit behind him for a lap or two? No, let's give it a go with Valtteri, having a little bit of a weave coming out of that corner. Aren't you, Valtteri? But so he's sitting right behind him, pulls out, tries to make the move. Battery is dead, but he has got it done. So that is good from Valtteri. Did Alonso manage to get it done? No, he didn't. So let's go deploy, push, and aggressive on his tyres as well. And we'll see, because I think Valtteri's going to struggle here against Leclerc in this DRS. But if we can get Bottas to make it work down this long DRS straight, I'm just wondering if we say hold cars up behind, but it's a bit early for those sorts of tactics. So if Alonso can pull out and get this done, which I don't think he's going to do, because Leclerc's having a look now, so Alonso's never going to get that done. So we can ask him to drop off everything. Bottas is in an okay position. I'm not too fussed about Valtteri Bottas at the moment. He's doing a good job. Right, let's just make sure we don't lose that 1 second, Alonso. We need to watch that. Okay, we're going to ask Bottas to absolutely send it on this lap. See what he can do to get round Charles Leclerc and make it work. And if he can do it and Alonso can hold on, Ricciardo and Perez into pit already, which is very interesting. But yeah, we're going to ask Valtteri Bottas to basically go as quick as he can. We are pitting pretty soon. We're going to stick to the strategy, try and avoid some of the traffic that we're likely to come out behind. But a 9-second gap to everyone behind us should be pretty good, as we're going to have a look here at Valtteri Bottas. Can he make this move down the DRS straight coming up? He should get it done pretty easily, to be honest. As yeah, let's see what Valtteri Bottas can do here. He should get this done and hopefully drive off into the distance, allowing Alonso to just sit behind Charles Leclerc. Come on, Valtteri. Right, Bottas is in front of the Monegasque man, and he's done a good job. So now what you need, Bottas, is to get your foot down and make that work, because there's not a DRS zone now until the start-finish straight. So if you can really push that, that would be wonderful. And then we'll try and do the same with Alonso, just to see if we can at least get a gap. In fact, Alonso needs to be a little bit closer to Charles Leclerc. So let's try that. We're pitting in like 2 laps with Valtteri and 3 laps with Alonso, so I'm not too worried about the tyres. There is life in there for them. We just need to make this work. Valtteri is putting a gap between him and Charles Leclerc, which is awesome. Really good to see that from Valtteri Bottas. And Alonso is having a look as well. So let's put him up into overtake as they come into this section. I'm going to leave Valtteri on deploy for now, just because he is going to get some. I mean, he may allow Alonso to get the lead, and he is going to allow Alonso to get the lead, which is awesome. And yeah, here we go. So they should get a little bit of charge up through there, which is good. We'll keep them both pushing as well. Vettel pits, Zhou pits, and now it's back to an Aston Martin 1-2, which is Lovely to see, isn't it? It's lovely to see. Right, let's get some deploy going again. They've got a little bit of battery life left. Let's see if we can just keep Charles Leclerc behind us. That would be absolutely superb, to be honest. How is everyone else's tyres doing? Hard 62. So these are all the hard runners that we're out in front of. So they will be pitting later. Leclerc has much better tyres than us, but I'm not too worried about that at the moment, as we've absolutely dropped Leclerc. And if Bottas gets through there, that is some superb teamwork, because it's going to allow us to... In fact, let's just yeet the battery, see if we can get away from Charles Leclerc at all. We will have to bring the tyres just back in line for this sort of last lap and second to last lap, but in a very good position right now. Leclerc half a second behind us. So Bottas is out in front, so let's let him do the work for the time being and drag Alonso along. I don't mind an overtake failing on your teammate. That's totally fine, to be honest. Absolutely totally fine. Pop you down into neutral as well. But yeah, this is really good. Okay, Leclerc has pit. So he's pitting a lap earlier than Bottas. So yeah, let's try, I guess, and do a... Oh, hang on. No, what did I want to go to? Hards. Sorry, hards. Hards is what I want to go to. Pit this lap, Valtteri.
Box.
So I guess, because Alonso's going to be doing one more, let's get him on all of this stuff and say, don't fight your teammate, sit behind him and manage to conserve everything. And let Bottas drag you along as much as possible. You charge your battery up and yeet that on the next lap. So Leclerc is in the pits and coming out on hards. He's on the same task. Look at all that traffic he's going to have to deal with. That is absolutely lovely to see. So Bottas absolutely legs it, but Alonso is in DRS and we'll be able to pull him in a little bit, which is good. And we know Bottas is going to be pitting onto the hard tyres. Now that DRS zone's done, there isn't another one until the start-finish straight. So we've just got to make sure that Valtteri Bottas keeps Alonso. He's going to lose him straight away because of the harvest we've got going on. But that's not too bad. It means Alonso won't get... I'm not too fussed about that. Alonso isn't going to get DRS down the start-finish straight. And I'd rather Bottas put in the best time he can on this lap, because he is coming into the pits in a big second, right? Basically about now. So let's we'll see Bottas go in. Let's set Fernando Alonso to do his thing. We should see Bottas just dive into the pit lane. There he is, right. So Fernando, you go and do your thing, because you're going to be pitting. So let's have a look at Bottas's pit stop then. A good one would be quite useful. There goes Fernando Alonso, 11 seconds in front of George Russell, who's still yet to pit. So hopefully we just got to come out in front of Charles Leclerc. That is all we need here from Valtteri Bottas, and it is also Alonso's optimal pit lap. So he's going to be in. Where is Charles Leclerc? Charles Leclerc is still miles away, stuck in that traffic. So it's all going to be about Valtteri Bottas now. And where can he come out? Is it going to be ahead of Charles Leclerc? I think it's going to be very, very close. It's a long old pit straight, and he's just come out in front of everyone that he needed to, which is absolutely superb. So let's get all of those in line. All of these guys behind him are going to have to pit. There's Charles Leclerc. So that was lovely stuff from Charles Leclerc. And now Alonso is the guy. Has Verstappen pit? No, Verstappen hasn't pit either. A little bit wary of Alonso's tyres. Let's just bring them back into line. He has maxed out those tyres as much as possible,
okay, copy.
To be honest. So it's just the case with Alonso. We need him to basically come out in front of Bottas, and I think that's going to be a little bit touch and go. We'll have to see how that one goes. Bottas could really do with everyone behind him coming into pit, I think. Well, no, Bottas is in front of Leclerc, right, who's stuck in this traffic. So now is actually a very good time to get him to go as much as possible. Right, Alonso, someone's locked up. There's a yellow flag and Alonso comes into pit. So let's have a quick look at Alonso's. Ricciardo locked up. That's good for us because we want Mercedes to do pretty poorly. And here we go. Alonso going onto the hard tyre. What can he do here? What can he do? Bottas is still ahead of Leclerc. 2 seconds ahead of Leclerc. So Bottas putting in some good times. A good stop. 2.5 for Alonso. These drivers go past, but they've all got to pit. Where is he going to come out? Bottas has absolutely rinsed his battery. He's in a pretty good position, I think, on his fresher tyres now. And Alonso is going to come out just behind his teammate. Can he get out in front of this? Oh my God, nearly causes an accident. But does get out in a good position. And again, I think what we do is we get Alonso to basically push to try and catch up to his teammate and let Leclerc struggle in the traffic behind. So let's get Alonso to yeet that, and we will be back hopefully when Alonso has caught up to Valtteri Bottas, who hopefully has caught up to Gasly. Or these guys have pitted. We'll come back with whichever one comes quickest. And there we go. Fernando Alonso is in DRS of Valtteri Bottas. I know he says over a second there, but he was in DRS of the detection zone, so he will catch up. A new fastest lap for Fernando Alonso, taking it off his teammate. Leclerc has got through that traffic, but yeah, he's 3.5 seconds behind Fernando Alonso, so I'm hoping we can... I don't think Alonso's going to be in the DRS zone around these corners, so let's get a little bit of a shimmy on, please, Fernando, just to get in that 1 second range around here. And you can see Bottas is very close to catching all those drivers that were on the... starting on the hards, about to go onto the mediums, but they are yet to pit, so hopefully we can get this done. I'm not sure if Alonso... He did get DRS, so into neutral we go. Yes, we're in a lovely position, and if we push till that says 0.5, both drivers are going to be in exactly the same circumstance, which is awesome. Right, you can now harvest up behind Mr. Bottas as he closes the gap to Gasly in front of him and will pull us along nicely. There is a cacophony of cars up there that are all going to pit, and it's going to be lovely to see it, to be honest. Do what you want for speed. Right, we just have so much pace in this Aston Martin car. I'm not too sure why, but Bottas is now on the back of this lot here. So I think we harvest up with both drivers, because they're both going to have DRS, which Leclerc won't. Even though we're stuck behind slower cars, we'll get the DRS, hopefully overtake them with that. But these guys must be close to pitting. Just need to charge up. 48, 51. Yeah, I think it's going to be close to pitting for those guys. We need to clear them quickly and then get round. I'm wondering if harvest probably isn't the best thing to do, but we're so close to them. We should get this done with DRS, but it all depends on how well they defend and what's going on. Just see Bottas having a little look. It's whoever's at the front of this absolute monstrosity of a lane. But again, we're getting DRS and Leclerc isn't. So even though... Oh, go on Bottas. Get that position. Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. We're doing this not pushing anything either as well, which is absolutely crucial. So Bottas has technically lapped Gasly because Gasly hasn't pitted yet, and we've pitted and we're still in this position, so this was definitely a good strategy to go for. The analyst doing a very good job there, and Alonso, again, we just need to clear all this lot, but around the corners I'm not too fussed. It's into the DRS that we need to try and get it done. I mean, I'm a little bit concerned up there with who's in front in terms of Magnussen and that, but I mean, Alonso's having a look here. It's not even a DRS zone. Look at that. That is just extra grip from the tyres. As these guys all stay out again. They are really pushing these hard tyres to their limit. But it does sort of show that at the end of the Grand Prix how much slower we're going to be compared to the medium tyre runners. But we're not pushing them. We're charging up the battery. We're not doing anything over the top and too hard at this point. But yeah, Leclerc's got to clear all this as well. He is closing the gap to us, which is a concern. But I think just letting this run naturally as we overtake all these drivers should put us in a decent position, especially while we're charging up the battery, because it's going to allow us to really push when we get the open air in front of us. So Bottas and Ocon having a little battle there, which is lovely to see, and Bottas does get through on the inside of that corner, and we'll have the DRS now to hopefully completely blitz past Kevin Magnussen. So now it's just a case of although Ocon's having a look rather than... I don't know why Bottas didn't have a look there. That's a little bit irritating. Maybe Ocon has used his overtake in his battery. But at the moment, we're happy sitting here and charging it up. I think if we went now into overtake, we can probably get both drivers past these guys. We'll see how it goes. Because Leclerc is gaining. He's got to get past Gasly. But again, we're making the most of this. Because as soon as these guys pit, I think we're going to be able to just absolutely fly away, to be honest. Even leaving in neutral, we should be able to get it done. Yeah, so Leclerc is he's going to get... So Verstappen pits, we should see quite a lot of people pit, I imagine, this lap. If Verstappen's pitting, he's doing the hard to medium strategy, I would imagine. Unless he's doing hard to softs, but I don't think softs can do 23 laps. These guys all stay out again. Alonso's going to have the inside line here, right up the back of Valtteri Bottas. And yeah, let's keep jumping these places. This is lovely as Valtteri Bottas looks to have a look on the inside or the outside of Kevin Magnussen, gets it done. Fernando having a look as well. Right, now Valtteri, I think, has a bit of space, doesn't he? So Valtteri, you go.
Used energy.
And Alonso hopefully gets the DRS off him and gets pulled along, which is lovely. As you can see there is Hauger, Sainz, Norris and Russell just in front of us who haven't pitted yet. Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, Verstappen's just pitted. He's 24 seconds off us. This is absolutely crazy. This is absolutely bonkers how far ahead we are. These people aren't going to... Are they going to make... They could make up 24 seconds, I guess, on the mediums, but we'll... yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So Bottas is pulling us along up to these people going very, very slowly on their hard tyres. 49, 46, 49, 44. They may be doing hard to soft, which would be really interesting because they haven't pitted and Verstappen did pit. So maybe they're going for the hard to soft strategy. We'll have to wait and see. But Bottas is going to get DRS on this next lap as well. So he has pulled us along into them, which is good. And again, our natural pace should get us past those drivers and we can make sure everything sits in line. There we go. Norris, Sainz, Hauger all in the pit lane. Russell doesn't pit. So this is going to be very interesting. So Bottas now has quite a lot of clean air in front of him. Do we want to push this? Leclerc is over 2 seconds behind us because K-Mag hasn't pitted. So I don't think at the moment we need to push. Okay, so George Russell has pitted. So we are back to a 1-2 for Aston Martin. And we have a leader. 3.2 second lead over Leclerc. And if we look down here, Verstappen 15 seconds behind. So he has closed quite a lot of the gap. But we're just trying to manage our race here a little bit, allowing for now he's got a pretty good battery. Let's get him to pass Valtteri Bottas, hopefully. Maybe we don't get it done here because I don't think you're close enough. So don't pass. Oh, you're on don't fight teammate, that's why. Well, that's going to come off in a minute because Valtteri's going to be harvesting round here. And then as we come round here into the next DRS zone, we'll take off don't fight teammate and let Alonso lead the way for a little bit with his battery, to be honest, and get him past. DRS fully charged, lovely. That's what we like to see. Right, take off, don't fight teammate. Let's get you into overtake. In fact, you're going to get this done. You should get this done without even having overtake on. So, like that. A little bit of good pace. Come on through, get the DRS. Now, you don't fight your teammate. You stay on harvest. Let's get your battery to full as well and see what happens there, because now, yeah, you should slip in nicely in behind, and then the slipstream of Alonso pulls us along. Alonso gets a DRS across the start-finish straight, which pulls Bottas closer. Then Bottas takes over on the next DRS straight, and we just keep hopping along like that, which would be lovely. In fact, even if we've got enough battery, we'll get it done on this DRS straight and just really keep that hopping happening. Okay, there's like 5 laps to go. We're well out in front, but there's been a multiple car crash. Luckily, not a safety car, because we're 2.1 seconds ahead of Leclerc and actually doing really, really well in the race. We've sort of let the drivers race a little bit. We're actually trying to maximise we're getting our 1-2 and our pace by allowing our drivers to sort of race. But I think with Bottas having the fastest lap and getting pole position, we're probably going to try and give Bottas the win, to be honest, because I think that's the right thing to do in this. But yeah, it looks like Hauger may have caused the incident with multiple cars, but still 2.1 seconds ahead. So we get into this DRS zone. Bottas with the DRS will go past Alonso, and then they'll basically switch again at the next one, and that is how we do it in this race so far. And as you can see, every time we hit a DRS zone, we just get a slight little lead advantage, and then generally where I've been harvesting, we then let that drop off. But we're not going to do that anymore. Alonso in this section, definitely don't fight your teammate here, just sit in nicely behind him, and then it's when it comes to the next DRS zone, then we go. But yeah, 4 laps to go after this one. It's been pretty good. I mean, Valtteri Bottas had that little section where he ran wide, but the pit stops were great. Verstappen and Perez have actually caught up really well in terms of their times. Leclerc is closing the gap, so I think we may need to get a bit of a shimmy on, but we are charging our batteries up. So for the last few laps, we could probably go a bit gung-ho and then get it done. So Alonso should overtake Valtteri Bottas pretty easily here on this sit, and then we'll just leave them both in neutral. And yeah, we're in a good position. 4 laps to go.
4 more laps.
So we're about to start the final lap of the race, and we're going to get both drivers to absolutely go for it, because why not? And then we'll sort of let them race. Obviously, we don't want any accidents. At the moment, Bottas is in the lead, so it's just a case of whether Alonso can get him on the last DRS straight, which is going to be coming up after these technical corners. We're basically getting him to push the same. Alonso does have slightly better tyres, to be honest, and he probably will overtake Valtteri on the I don't know if I want to do that. Sainz has suddenly got the fastest lap. He must have put softs on. So fastest lap isn't here anymore, boys. So race it out, and Alonso should really get it done on this DRS straight to claim it. He is in the lead of our drivers as well. So from a team standpoint, it sort of makes sense. It's just whether Bottas is going to have enough. Alonso's got more battery, slightly better tyres, and more fuel to burn. So Alonso was in prime position to get that done. But what a race this has been for Aston Martin. 1 and 3 off the start line, and it's going to be a 1 and 2 coming over the line unless something drastic happens in these last few corners, which definitely could. But hopefully we navigate them pretty well. You can see Bottas there with the slipstream. It's going to be really interesting this end. But the two Aston Martins, the racing green of Aston Martin, is going to cross the line in 1 and 2 as Bottas just loses his battery here. I don't think we're going to have enough about us to take the fastest lap. We'll just make sure Valtteri does have enough fuel. And as they cross the line, you'll see it here, the flap will open for Valtteri Bottas. Alonso just covers him off, but it is Fernando Alonso P1, Bottas in P2. A 1-2 for Aston Martin. Our second 1-2 of the season. What a race. The strategy was spot on. I've got a feeling, were we the only 3 drivers to do that strategy? No, there are a couple more down here. Yeah, look at these guys finishing on softs. Absolutely dead. Softs were killed along here. But what a race for Aston Martin. Absolutely superb from both drivers. But eventually, we let them race towards the end. It was Alonso that got it. And I think you guys in the comments will be happy that Alonso won that one. Yeah, Fernando Alonso doing a wonderful job, as did Valtteri Bottas. Both drivers absolutely superb. Charles Leclerc, 2 seconds back from us in the Ferrari. We are flying this season. Absolutely flying. It's been absolutely brilliant as Alonso lifts the winner's trophy at the French Grand Prix at the Paul Ricard circuit. Not one of my favourites, but absolutely delighted to be on that podium. In 1 and 2, that is really going to close the gap for us on Ferrari, because I don't think Sainz had a very good race. I think he was near the bottom. Daniel Ricciardo from Mercedes was near the bottom as well. I don't know where George Russell finished, but that was absolutely superb. What a race from all of our drivers. Well deserved P1 and P2. Looking at him, Fernando Alonso up 2 spots. His start was absolutely phenomenal. 25 points for him. Valtteri Bottas drops 1, but it was 18 points. Yeah, Carlos Sainz got the fastest lap, but he finished bottom of the Grand Prix. Ricciardo finished 9th, so he picks up 2 points for Mercedes. George Russell 6th, picks up 8, so they get 10 points, and we're going to have huge amounts of points, and Ferrari only got 15. So yes, very nice. Into the drivers then. Fernando Alonso up 1 space, jumping Sergio Perez, which is awesome to see. And Valtteri Bottas, hot on his heels as well, goes ahead of George Russell by podiums, is it? I think it is. They've had 1 win each and 4 podiums, 1 win, 4 podiums, so it must just be the last race that happened. Verstappen still out in front, Charles Leclerc 3rd, and Carlos Sainz in 4th. Constructors, though, we gain quite a lot on Red Bull and Ferrari, who there's only 1 point between them, but we put a whopping 33 points extra between us and Mercedes, nearly a 100-point difference there. What's that, about 80-something points, 86 points, something like that. But yeah, what a season we're having so far. Come on. An absolutely superb race in France is it's just what we needed, to be honest. And I think we're going to be very close to making our car even faster, which is amazing with the new underfloor and stuff like that. What a race. What a race. That was absolutely unbelievable. So drivers-wise, Alonso doesn't have a bonus point, but I'm very tempted to try and get him down to that new contract. He's got patience is medium now. Like 10 million? Is 10 million going to do it, Fernando? I think it's because he's retiring. So I think it's never going to really happen. So let's try 10 million, because it keeps saying one season isn't enough. Like, not happy, not happy. But it doesn't say he's not happy because he wants to retire. So let's try 2. And, oh, he's lost all patience with that. So I think it is that he just wants to retire. Maybe we just let him retire gracefully and we start looking at who can replace him. So in terms of replacements, we have some scouting already done on a lot of people. I mean, look at that. I mean, Albon only has 6 million. I mean, Alonso on 9 was an absolute bargain. But if we look at overall rating, Verstappen not interested. Lewis Hamilton is interested in discussing with us. So let's get a detailed scouting on Lewis Hamilton for the end of the year in case he wants another year in F1. Charles Leclerc would be interesting, but not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested. Valtteri Bottas is already here. Esteban Ocon, not a bad little shout. Pierre Gasly is over, like, really OP in this game, but my wife and I don't like him. No, don't want Daniel Ricciardo. Sebastian Vettel isn't interested. Magnussen not interested. Zhou not interested. Albon we've looked at. Giovinazzi, Stroll, not bringing back Lance Stroll, though he has improved up to an 81. Oscar Piastri could be an interesting one from McLaren. Yuki Tsunoda's in there. Filip Drugovich might not be far off getting a seat, you know. I know there was a few comments like that in the comment section, but we'll have to see how that one goes. Or do we look to bring back old what's his face? I mean, where is he gone? He can't be that bad, surely. Where's old what's the face that we used to have in our... There he is, Vesti, 22, free agent. He is interested. Maybe if we give the seat to Drugovich, Vesti makes a comeback. Who knows? We'll have to see what it looks like at the end of the season, though. So that's pretty good. So no points there. No points for Bottas. 1 point for Drugovich. So let's get that into braking, which is good. And let's see if any of our staff got it. Nope, 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 and nope. So nothing there happening either. Anyway, there we go. We'll be back for the Hungary Grand Prix, which is a tough circuit, a little narrow racing circuit. So we need good qualifying in that one. But thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.